G'day everybody, this is Johnny Seville from Acorn Wealth Corp, and this is your executive summary for stock setups for Thursday. And here we go, we're just going to rock on into the S&P 500. As of today, we have broken a new high. On the open range. So open range is now bullish. The high of Monday's open range that was set was 2869.40. 2873.40 being the close. That is exactly 4 points higher, which qualifies as a bullish open range. That means that we are based on the rules of open range, which have been literally close to 90% successful since 1960. That's over thousands of alerts. Anything that's correct 90% or close to over thousands of alerts is worth listening to. So yeah, the rules that we're listening to here tell us that the S&P is going to close within those bands, those orange levels, or higher. Come Thursday the 18th. Thursday the 18th is when this bullish or neutral open range will finish. In the meantime, again, we talked about the Russell 2000 being bullish. That's broken out. So if you look at kind of how this could play out, we could essentially see that like for example, the Russell 2000 ends up somewhere around here, for example, right? Basically kind of creating a almost a double top, but slightly higher. That would kind of be the way that downward channel breakout, which is currently holding above its breakout zone, could play out. We've obviously got high yield bonds are still kind of neutral. They're not telling us much. It's just kind of slowly going up after that nice fallen angel breakout down the bottom in January, continuing up, and away. And stocks above or below the 50-day moving average are still pretty average. Like basically there's not a huge bullish movement compared to how the index is going. The index is driving up, and this is still kind of just weakly plodding along under a bearish overall trend. So that's why certainly it's still a time where I like to have my hedges. Some of those are not making me any money yet, like New York Times is not making me any money yet. It's a loser at the moment, but I'm happy to have it as a hedge because it's certainly not looking hugely bullish either. So still holding those puts. Still holding a couple of those. HLF still looking good, holding underneath its resistance really nicely. CENTA Center holding really. I love this one. I don't know. There's no insider selling, but I really like the technicals on this at the moment. And anything that's kind of looking like this as the market goes up is the qualifications for a good short, really, in my opinion. So center looking good, NYT looking like it's holding at least. HLF looking good. All of those kind of looking reasonably good, and those are the hedges we're holding, or some of those anyway. Couple of updates on the long side. SNSS skyrocketed today. Of course, this was from Fallen Angels lesson 1, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, again, we're holding a good sized position in this one. Still holding it. We sold a third of our position at 123, and we are 122, something like that. We're still holding the majority of it now, and will continue to. Obviously, beautiful rally now, up 100% since we bought it, and we are going to be looking at moving our stop loss to 122. Next target is 176. Again, there's the power of fallen angels for you folks. So there's that one. All right, we'll have a look at IDRA. IDRA is a fallen angel also, but it hasn't quite broken out through its resistance. So keep an eye on this tomorrow. It's just hanging in there. We'll see if it can break through resistance. If it can, there could be a good potential rally there. DERM, DERM, if you're holding this one, again, this is a possible pennant kind of formation, and it's taking a while to get going, but it's certainly still holding in there quite well, and it may be looking more like a kind of a falling wedge than a pennant. Either way, it's trying to break out right now, so if you're holding that, that may end up breaking out tomorrow, and could be a possible trade if you're looking to get something into some new ones, but we do have quite a few new ones already to talk to you about anyway. Avid AVID, beautiful rally. Of course, this was a flag formation. My two favorite patterns, Fallen Angels and Flags. You can see why. The beautiful rally to just taking off straight up. And again, not quite getting to the target of 933 yet. But so if you wanted to take a partial profit or something on this one, you could. But it's because it is already quite nicely into the profit of gosh, what, 15, maybe 20%. So nothing wrong with a bit of profit taking, but still early days yet to see if it's able to turn that around and rally tomorrow towards the 30, 90, 940 target. Okay, so those are those, and this is this. The couple of updates in case you didn't get to see Trading Room last night. We had a great Trading Room. We talked about RETA. RETA is looking good. Again, the first target I'd be looking at here is 977. So we discussed this in Trading Room as a possible downward channel breakout, breaking out through this area here. And so yeah, the first target's 99.77. The stop we discussed was 87.93, and we talked about potentially the August $100 calls, which were 11.20. So that was one. RDUS also triggered today. We were looking at this as a long from Trading Room last night. First target 23.26, stop 18.63, first target 29.77, second target 39.23. That was from Trading Room. GT also from Trading Room. This isn't the kind of pattern I trade, so I'm not in. I trade mostly Fallen Angels, but Greg and Sean, I mean, they love wedges. And there's kind of a wedge breakout there on GT that's possibly happening. So we said break 1923. Did it break that? No, did not. 1915 was the high, so still waiting, but 1923 was the target for the entry signal. Their profit target was 21.66. Second target was 26.37. Stop was 17.93. It does have insider buying. The other two that we talked about last night before we move on to the new ones, Ethereum. In fact, we just basically talked about anything crypto related was looking good. We liked Bitcoin a lot. Bitcoin obviously has had a great rally and continued its push. Is continuing its push so far. Ethereum was the one that I mentioned that I liked because it had the fallen angel pattern, and again, look beautiful fallen angel entry there at 103, and up 60% since then. And again, of course, we selected to play the stock side of that, which is GLXY, which of course we alerted around $1.20 is now up to 270. Again, another fallen angel, and what I decided to do is didn't want to hold crypto, so I bought ETCG today. ETCG Echo Tango Charlie Golf. Bought that. My target is $13. Is my first target, and my stop signal is at it is at where is it? Where's my notes? 746. Okay. And look, if I'm not going to go into these too much because this in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space it is very speculative, but and 90% of the companies may be just kind of not really even doing very much. There's so much promotion and hype around marijuana and crypto that I rarely talk about that space because it's buyer beware. But I mean, if you're into that, but that's why I bought the Ethereum coin-based stock. But I mean, if you look at some of the companies in the crypto space, like Hive, like I own a lot of Hive. And I'm embarrassed to say I own a lot of it at a higher price. This was one I got sucked into the emotion of and broke my own rules, didn't have a stop loss, and I paid for it. So lesson learnt, and and the rule here is everything follows the rules, including the exciting long-term opportunities. So look, I mean, I wouldn't go out and buy Hive tomorrow just because I don't have really any confidence in the long-term business plan, but I own it. And if you look at these kind of breakouts, there's a lot of power behind these moves with technically interesting things. So if you are a speculative trader, especially if you're focused in the Canadian sectors, there's plenty to look at. Code, Hive, BLOK. I mean, it's all very speculative kind of stuff that is trying to build these quick and fast rallies. So if you're looking for some hype, there seems to be some hype in the crypto sector, but again, buyer beware. Going back to kind of the more things that I'm more typically comfortable with, the two I wanted to share with you, AMRS. AMRS does look decent. I've programmed an entry on this for if it breaks 262. Looking for a first target of 337, and I've got a stop signal there at 233. That's looking decent. And the other one was NVAX. NVAX, after a big drop, is trying to recover here. I've got an entry above 62 and a half cents, and my stop signal's at 56 cents. My first target is 76 to 80 cents. So that is one to look at also. There are so many others, and again, it's just a matter. I mean, pick things that you're comfortable with, patterns that you're comfortable with. And in those trades I just talked about, both NVAX and AMRS, they are more volatile, lower price stocks. So I've programmed a half position in each of them. So technically speaking, by buying both, I'm really only buying what I would normally put into one stock. So it's just to mitigate against a bit of risk. But look, there's so many that look really good. And those of you registered for the Fallen Angels course, do check out the recording if you can. Towards the end, we talked about quite a few that were looking quite good. Yeah, look, you've got a lot to dig your teeth into, and can't wait to see you all in trading room tomorrow night. Have a wonderful evening and take care.